Coming up, Tzu Chi's Cash for Work program begins in a flooded community in Cap Haitien, Haiti. Tzu Chi promotes its missions to religious leaders in Europe at a gathering at the Vatican. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. We previously brought you reports on the flood-prone community of Blue Hills in Haiti's Cap Haitien. After a thorough disaster assessment by Tzu Chi volunteers, the foundation decided to help the residents of this impoverished community. By enacting a Cash for Work campaign, residents can come together to clean up the garbage around them to solve the flooding problem of the area. Local residents not only gain a sense of self-worth, but also an income to help their finances. On December 15th, over 200 Blue Hills residents signed up to begin day one of the project. In the wake of torrential rains, streets turned into rivers. Flooding has become a nightmare that residents of Blue Hills can't wake up from. Not knowing how to solve this crisis, these impoverished Haitians slowly came to believe that perhaps they will forever live in such conditions. Thus, the Cash for Work campaign enacted by Tzu Chi to clean up the garbage to end the flooding in Blue Hills seems too good to be true.
So I feel really great just because of the help that the organization Tzu Chi brings to the Haitian population, especially people in Blue Hills from the north. It's like, each time you find people with good heart, try to help others. This is, a gift of God.
I am very glad to join in this project, even if it is raining. It doesn't matter if the waters flood higher, because Blue Hills floods easily. Water often enters our homes, making them very wet and damp, which prevents us from living there.
This project is very important to our community. At the same time, I can earn some money to help out my family.
When the water rises high, we are doomed. We never had a solution to this problem. This project is the solution to our crisis. We are all very happy to participate.
Je me sens vraiment content parce que le travail a commencé. On est espéré.
I'm overjoyed today because this project has finally started. It rained today, so the waters rose even higher. But it also let us know that this problem is really something we need to tackle. Everything went smoothly today with the meal distribution and work. Tomorrow we will continue to work, and together we can make a change in the lives of these residents.
As rain stopped for the day, so has the work for these Cash for Work participants. Celebrating a successful end to the day, residents, along with Tzu Chi volunteers, throw their hands up in joy and congratulate each other on a job well done. And all look forward to another day of working together. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines have successfully completed the assembly of 100 prefabricated homes in Palau. On December 17th, a handover ceremony was held with Tzu Chi volunteers from all across the Philippines and Taiwan, a U.S. NGO, and Cash for Work participants taking part to celebrate this joyous occasion.
Tzu Chi volunteers from the Philippines and Taiwan, together with Cash for Work participants, kick off the handover ceremony here at the prefab housing site in Palau. In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu Chi purchased equipment to help local firefighters carry out their rescue missions more efficiently. Today, these firefighters put on a line dance performance as a token of their gratitude to Tzu Chi.
I'm so honored and glad to be a part of this occasion. Tzu Chi invited us to attend, so we came to show our support.
Excited to move into their new homes, children express their thanks through song. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi Sign Language performance transcends languages and culture. Having assisted in the rebuilding efforts, volunteers from the US NGO All Hands Volunteers also came to celebrate the special occasion.
So we came to the site and offered our volunteers to help out, and then started building houses and helping on the site for maybe 2 months.
The Tzu Chi song, We Are One Family, brings hearts together.
Because of Master Ching's will and her compassion and her kindness and her love and her wisdom, Tzu Chi Foundation is all over the world now.
Expressions of love.
Tzu Chi volunteers show empathy towards all beings. Their love is not only limited to their own brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, or neighbors. Their love extends to all beings.
As it started to rain just as the ceremony was about to begin, volunteers came together to pray for a smooth running of the event. As if their prayers have been heard by the heavens, soon after, the sky cleared up.
On December 18th, 100 families moved into their Tzu Chi-built prefab homes in Palo, Leyte province. Walking into these new homes, these families finally said goodbye to the crowded conditions they have faced over the past year in government shelters, as each prefab unit comes complete with a bathroom, kitchen, and 3 bedrooms. Looking at what will be their new home, the children can't help but smile. Since Typhoon Haiyan last year, Alano's family of 7 has been forced to live in crowded government shelters.
My tears are ones of joy. Tzu Chi has given us a dream home.
This is the first time I have ever had my own home. It is so safe here and sheltered from the elements.
Back at the government shelter, the family of 7 lived in a space only 10 square meters.
You got a new home. Yes.
Thank you.
Now, however, they have their own bathroom, kitchen, and 3 bedrooms to enjoy. While nearby, Mary and her family all wore new shoes to celebrate the day. Having their own home is something they've always dreamed of.
I am so happy to have my own home. This has been a dream come true. I can have my own things and organize them any way I want.
Also taking joy in Mary's new home is her brother, who, as a Cash for Work participant, was personally involved in its construction.
Masaya po. Very excited po.
Very excited because I helped build her new home with my own 2 hands.
Sariling bahay po.
Preparing this area for construction was never easy. Sometimes the area would flood. Sometimes we had to stop in the middle of work due to heavy rain. Other times we faced intense heat and sun.
A total of 100 families have now moved into the prefabs, sharing in the love, hope, and care that Tzu Chi has brought here. On December 10th, the Vatican held an interfaith dialogue with Tzu Chi Foundation among the participants invited. In a short talk, Tzu Chi Culture Mission Development Department Director He Shen shared with participants Tzu Chi's work worldwide, as well as its philosophy of aid in the face of calamities. The speech was an eye-opener for those yet to hear of Tzu Chi and will certainly be an important step in helping the spread of Tzu Chi there in Europe.
On December 10th, an interfaith dialogue was held at the Vatican. Among the speakers was Tzu Chi Culture Mission Development Department Director He Risheng, who shared with participants Tzu Chi's efforts and accomplishments since its founding 48 years ago.
The Tzu Chi relief war has crossed beyond any boundary of religions, nationalities, races, and cultures. We see every calamity perceived as temples. That's Master Zheng Yan's philosophy.
Tzu Chi was among the 2 Buddhist organizations invited to speak at the conference. As Tzu Chi is still relatively unknown in Europe, its presence was a surprise for many.
Here is the Jinshi Abode, the spirit center of Tzu Chi Foundation. And the life of Jinshi Abode, the master and her disciples support their life by sewing baby shoes. And many other handy jobs for their life. They don't accept any donation to themselves. All donations go to poverty.
I've never heard of the Tzu Chi Foundation and actually thought they were a Catholic organization. Today I've learned how much Tzu Chi has actually done, and I'm truly surprised and impressed.
In his half-an-hour speech, He Risheng distilled the mission and philosophy of Tzu Chi so that its name and work can continue to spread here in Europe.
Often patients like to play doctor and make modifications to their medication without consulting their physicians, which can lead to disastrous consequences as drugs are designed to be taken in a certain way to maximize their effect. To help our viewers understand the importance of taking medication properly, just as their doctor ordered, we have prepared the following report.
Because I have so many different pills to take a day, I was terrified and thought maybe I just needed a couple a day or even none at all.
But because of the many symptoms of Miss Ye's condition, by not taking the meds her body needed, her sickness was not kept in check.
All she had to do was simply tell us her worries, because the problem is that diabetes affects our body as a whole. My glucose level was at 300, so my pharmacist told me that I must take my meds, which I do now, so my glucose has normalized and I feel great.
Many seniors here in Taiwan don't enjoy taking pills as they worry about the side effects of taking so much medication. Actually, if they just follow their doctor's orders, everything will be fine. However, we should still get to know our drugs.
Medication can be used preventively, to diagnose, to alleviate, or to treat symptoms. In order to achieve these functions, as medication is toxic to a certain extent by nature, there will be side effects which are caused by these toxins.
Medication works like a double-edged sword, and thus has to undergo stringent testing before it is made available to the public. Internationally, a typical testing period for a new drug is anywhere from 10 to 15 years.
Of the over 10,000 chemical compounds, only 250 or 2.5% will be made into drugs to be tested, and out of that number, only 5 will be tested on humans. There are experts that examine the drugs every step of the way, and a great deal of time and money is invested as well.
Only those that are confirmed to be safe for the human body can enter clinical trials, and on average, only one variation will be able to pass and become available on the market. Currently, Taiwan's drug development capacity rivals that of the international community, and several new drugs are already undergoing human testing. But in order to maximize the potency of drugs, controlling the manufacturing process is also crucial.
Perhaps your water levels and temperature weren't controlled properly. Then you won't be able to release the medicine's full potential. So we cannot be careless at any time.
By January 1st of the next year, all pharmaceutical plants in Taiwan have to pass PICS GMP certification. Water quality and even humidity inside a plant all has to be controlled, including verifying every batch of ingredients.
Every shipment of raw ingredients will first have to pass examination before it can be put into production. The intermediate goods and finished goods will also follow the quality assurance verification procedures set in the SOP. They all have to pass every inspection before going down the production line. Even the final product has to be inspected before it can be inventoried. Only drugs that are verified as safe will be made available on the market. Though the packaging might say a drug is properly licensed, you still don't want to buy them off the internet or at night markets, but should stick to a licensed seller. A lot of time, people just take what they bought abroad, which we don't recommend.
Medication that is licensed domestically is safer and insured, which is important. Another thing to know is that due to advancements in technology, medication can be made to target only a specific area of the body, or even feature controlled release that works all day long. Thus, it is not wise to make changes in how you take your medicine.
A glucose pill that is meant to work over 24 hours will lower your glucose levels slowly. But if you grind it into powder form, it will be immediately absorbed into the body and lower glucose levels by too much, leading to the patient possibly passing out.
So it is important to follow a doctor's orders exactly and take medication in the way it is prescribed. If a patient wants to expedite their recovery, the best thing to do is simply control their diet, exercise, and adopt a healthier way of life. In Hualien, Taiwan, a two-car collision killed 4 people, leaving a young girl as the only survivor. Hearing the devastating news, Tzu Chi volunteers began their mission of comfort to bring the bereaved family members some consolation. Meanwhile, a fire at the Wanfu Temple in Shenkeng, New Taipei City, took the life of Dharma Master Ming Kong. Those that knew the abbot knew to bring blessings and not sadness to his memorial service. On 2 a.m. on December 17, a fire tore through Wanfu Temple in New Taipei City's Shenkeng district, killing abbot and Dharma Master Ming Kong. The blaze destroyed several buildings on the temple grounds. Hearing the sad news, Dharma Master Ming Kong's family is sending out blessings in the wake of their loss.
Master Zheng Yan tells us every day that disasters may strike at any time. We should be prepared for the impermanence of life, which can arrive before tomorrow does. So in the present moment, we need to treasure our time with our family members and create blessings.
We should use our energy to help instead of crying over him. We are sending him our blessings. He has long safeguarded the Tzu Chi Foundation. He donated money to it every month.
Chanting sutras to express their blessings, Tzu Chi volunteers put on a brave face at the memorial service. Tzu Chi's friendship with Dharma Master Ming Kong began years ago after he joined the Buddha Day ceremony held at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall.
We should promote this message globally, the message of environmental conservation and vegetarianism. This is what society needs these days.
He kept Master Zheng Yan's missions close to his heart. No matter where he went, he helped spread the Master's Dharma. When Dharma Masters from other countries came to visit Taiwan, he would always take them on a tour of the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Many fellow cultivators and Dharma Masters also came to pay their respects. Dharma Master Ming Kong not only promoted Buddhist practice during his life, but also cared for the less fortunate.
He was a big supporter of Senken Elementary and helped the poor. Each year, he not only donated money to help the homeless, but if you give him a call, no matter how far or what hour of the day it is, he will show up to offer assistance.
Though Dharma Master Ming Kong's life has ended, his compassion and spirit has left a lasting impression in the hearts of many. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers in Hualien have arrived at a hospital to console a 5-year-old girl who recently lost her adoptive mother, grandmother, and aunt in a deadly car crash. Volunteers also brought words of wisdom for the birth mother of the young girl. On December 16, the car the young girl was riding in with her mother, grandmother, and aunt crashed head-on into a black sedan while crossing a bridge in Hualien. The driver of the black sedan, Mr. Huang, also passed away in the crash. Volunteers also visited the Huang family to offer a shoulder to cry on.
Mr. Huang's wife and children also hope we Tzu Chi volunteers can come spend some time with them over this period, so we will arrange for someone to visit.
Knowing how much support one needs to continue on after losing loved ones, Tzu Chi volunteers will remain by these families as needed. As Master Zhen Yan arrived at the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall, Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Li-zhu took to the stage to share how the Master's words of wisdom have helped her break free of the chains she put on herself. Now the pharmacist takes every opportunity to join Tima's events to help those in need.
After her mum fell ill and nearly died, watching DaAi TV has become a part of Chen Li-zhu's daily routine. Having come to terms with life and death, thanks to the words of Master Zhen Yan, Chen now visits the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall every morning.
When I listen to the broadcast of the morning study session at home, my mind wanders off. The energy at the Jingsi Hall helps me stay centered.
After learning of life's impermanence, Chen began to repent for her past mistakes. Her life has also changed as her spirituality grows.
To immerse ourselves in Dharma is more than simply hearing only one verse. You have to study every day, and in the process, make changes in your life.
After joining the study session, she is calmer now. When things happen, she won't panic and is more sensible.
After witnessing the suffering during the 8/8 floods, the pharmacist decided to join Tima and was stationed at Shanling DaAi community to help those in need.
Because of my blessings, I will cherish every opportunity to join Tima activities and contribute my time.
Learning to cherish her blessings after witnessing others' plight, Chen has broken free of her chains and is now sharing her love of the Bodhisattva path.
Twice a month, Tzu Chi volunteers gather at the Gold Coast Jingsi Hall to distribute food to needy families. At their recent distribution on December 1st, volunteers discussed the plight of Syrian refugees, with every care recipient later deciding to give back a little to help those in need.
Here in Australia at the Gold Coast Jingsi Hall, volunteers are ready to begin their food distribution for December. First, however, volunteers discuss the dire situation in Syria.
They didn't have money. They go to our street.
After listening to the volunteer's story, care recipients open their wallets and hearts to give what they can.
Encourage everyone to adopt the motto that to give, if we have to give, because the more we give, the more we have. So in that way, we are rich people.
One after another, care recipients reflect on the spirit of Tzu Chi, which has taught them that they themselves are in fact blessed.
At the end of the show, we joined Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan as they hold a year-end blessing ceremony for the inmates at the Taichung prison, where 16 inmates participated in a sutra musical performance. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.